tell me why these upstate reports have to be in such an incredible tangle?
Hey, they're not in a mess if you just follow the paragraph.
Oh, then I'll really get lost. That I could throw out the window. Ray Woodard. Marge. Look, Marge, I am in the middle of a political campaign at the moment. I really don't have time for dinner invitations. No, sweetie, I don't need a change of pace. Marge. Marge, please, don't force me to tell you precisely what you can do with your extra man. Look, love, I've got to run. My other phone is ringing. Right, bye.
Ray, where did that last popularity poll go?
I don't know. It's your job to keep track of the polls, not mine.
You know, Ray, if I need somebody to yell at me, there's a police captain down at headquarters does one hell of a good job. All I got to do is tell him my leave of absence is over and I'm going back on duty.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bob. I shouldn't take my bad temper out on you. Where the hell is he?
Who?
Frank. He went over to Jill's hours ago.
Oh, I see.
They did not have anything to discuss that should have taken longer than 5 or 10 minutes at the most. Will you stop looking at me like that? It's not what you're thinking. I am just very worried because Edmond is still in enormous danger, that's all. That interview Maeve had this morning should have illustrated that very nicely.
Well, I thought she handled that just fine.
Of course she did, but it could happen again easily. Look, how many people know that he is the father of an illegitimate child? It is not exactly a safe, small secret. If anybody outside us or the immediate family gets a hold of that information between now and November, we'll have a total disaster on our hands.
Well, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Because with the circumstances, I don't think Jill and Frank are going to get back together again. On the other hand, Ray, I don't think you should ask for Frank more than he can give.
I'm being ridiculous.
Oh, we're all tired, Ray.
Obviously, you understand the situation far better than I do, and Frank will be back any minute.
Sure. I'm just saying you ought to keep things in perspective. I mean, just because Jill is in the past, I mean, honey, that doesn't mean that... Well, you know what...
Oh, I know. Of course I know. Well, where is he? Why doesn't he call? What's he doing?
Honey, it beats me. Well, speak of the devil, he do appear.
How's it going? I have a messenger coming by later on to pick these things up, okay?
Well, I'll be back in a second. Don't wait for me, just get on with it.
Sure.
So where were you, Frank? We've been wondering about you.
Charlie, I'm sorry, but I just can't do it. I'm all alone here. Uh-huh. Charlie, please, I'm doing the best I can. Swell. Hi.
Well, hello. How are things?
About as awful as they could be. I had to fire Siobhan.
Yeah, I heard.
Already? How?
I went to check on Ryan. I found Siobhan doing yoga in the middle of the living room floor.
How is she?
Rotten. Crummy. Sad.
How did I get myself into this? Ma warned me, and I just went right ahead, sure I could handle it. Now Siobhan has to feel like I've given up on her. I've cut her out of it again.
Anything you can do about it?
No, nothing.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. Why does she have to be completely out of the campaign?
Because it'll happen again.
Well, you don't know that.
I do. Jack, she made 2 disastrous mistakes. Either one of them could have cost Frank's election.
And you're not going to be responsible for putting her in a position to cause a third.
You got it.
Well, how about putting her in a place where she can't make a third?
There's no such place.
Oh, come on, Mary. There got to be something out of the limelight.
Jack, the problem isn't the limelight, it's Siobhan.
Well, maybe it's both of you. Maybe it's Mary-Siobhan dynamics. Put the two together and boom, self-destruct.
What, you think we should hide her in a back room somewhere? Filing or working a mimeograph machine?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. There's a lot of jobs I'm sure that she can do where she wouldn't come within 100 yards of the public or the media.
We can't take the chance.
That's pretty rough.
Losing Frank the election is pretty rough.
Well, that doesn't have to happen.
Look, I feel like you're on her side.
Why do we have to take sides? Ryan's always chews up when there's a disagreement.
Well, it's pretty natural in this situation. Siobhan will talk to Don, and he'll be worried about her. Then Ma will be on my side, and they'll talk, and they'll get into it, and bring Frank in as the peacemaker.
What about Pat?
Well, he'll be for Siobhan all the way down the line. So it'll be Pat, Siobhan, and Don one side, and Mother and me on the other, with Frank in the middle.
I still think that there's a solution within the campaign.
Look, I feel really bad for Siobhan, but I don't agree with you.
Well, feeling bad is not what it's all about. I mean, how can she get in trouble if she just stuffs envelopes?
Jack, the last time she stuffed an envelope was with the wrong press release.
Okay. I can see there's no point in arguing about it.
Nope.
You, not ready to go home now.
Not quite.
I'll refrain from pointing out that you also fired your main source of help, because I wouldn't be surprised that you know that already yourself. So Ryan and I will see you at home. When you get there, ciao.
Well, things are generally in a mess. I've been all over the place, but Mary had to fire Siobhan.
Oh, no. Oh, you know, I saw that TV interview with Maeve. Was that Siobhan that told that news lady you only had you had 2 children?
And damn near blew the whole campaign right out of the water.
Oh, brother. Well, I feel sorry for Siobhan. I guess that was just inexperience. I guess Mary's pretty upset, isn't she?
Yeah, both of them are.
Yeah. So what else went wrong?
What makes you think there's something else?
Well, you said things. That means plural.
Well, I was over at the family's and I heard that Jill is planning on marrying Seneca.
What?
Yeah, so I headed straight over there to talk to her to try to straighten some things out about Edmond before she up and marries this clown, and I was told for my trouble that I could forget about being a father to Edmond, or just write it off.
Just like that?
Just like that. You see, I guess father's rights only apply to where Seneca Bolak is concerned, so...
Oh, Frank, I don't know. I guess Jill's probably still pretty mad about you and Ray. I mean, maybe when she cools down...
Oh, no. It isn't just Jill. When I got back to my office, Seneca came over, and he told me that he is planning to marry Jill very quickly, and that he will be a full-time father to Edmond.
No place for you?
No. That's about it. And I don't know what I can do about it, Bob.
Well, Frank, maybe you just better accept it. You know, with Seneca, Jill, being married like that, they're going to be raising little Edmond. He's going to have a family. He's going to have a home. Where do you fit in?
He's still my son.
Frank, come on. You're not even going to be around. I mean, assuming you are elected, you're going to be spending half your time down in Washington. The other half, you're going to be up here trying to repair broken fences. Now, with that kind of a schedule, where are you going to find time for little Ed?
I could make time.
You couldn't make time for Jill. All you could do is ask her to join the campaign.
Which she declined to do.
And Edmond's not going to join the campaign, and you're sure not going to find a place for him on your staff.
Oh, give me a break, Bob. It's asking a lot when you deny time from your own son. I love that kid.
Frank, look, I'm sorry. I know it's rough. But if I were you, I'd kind of, you know, shift gears and try to concentrate on something around here I could do something about.
Yeah. What do you have here? City, upstate, what?
City. In my opinion, Frank, I think you've got to pay a little more attention to what's going on with Ray. I mean, the way I see it, she's letting her involvement with you go way beyond politics. Some fun and games on the side.
We're friends, Bob. We like each other, that's all.
Frank, I would check into it. I'm telling you, the lady is getting in pretty deep.
Look, Bob, if there is one thing Ray and I have talked and talked about, it's us. Now, everything is open, everything is honest, everything is above board.
Frank, man, you're not listening.
Yes, I am listening to you. I just don't agree with you.
Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am.
Okay, I'll talk to her, take it up with her when I get some time.
Okay. Hey, Frank,
Yeah?
don't let it slide, okay?
When I get a chance.
All right.
When you get a chance for what?
It's nothing, it's just personal problems, you know, the usual.
He doesn't want to talk about it. All right, moving right along. How was your afternoon?
It's fine.
Well, I guess maybe I better get on back to the office and see how the kids are doing. Let you guys clear the air a little bit.
Thanks, Bob.
We'll catch up with you later, Bob.
Okay, see you later.
Now, you going to tell me about your visit to Miss Coleridge?
Well, let's just say things didn't go very well. In fact, the whole day's been rotten. I'm sorry things got a little overheated between us before.
So am I.
Neither Jill nor Seneca want me to have anything at all to do with raising Edmond. So, that's one for you.
Thank you, I guess. But before we kiss and make up, there are a couple of things I want to say about Edmond and Miss Coleridge.
How's everything upstairs?
Not nearly as interesting as they are down here. I knew you'd do wonders for that, but I had no idea to what extent.
Yeah, well, I had nothing to do, so I figured I would try on some of my trousseau.
That's fantastic.
It's not so fantastic. We're not going away to get married, so, how's everything upstairs?
I'd say everything is sensational.
Oh, Roger, stop that. Please tell me about Faith, please.
I will try to control my passion. Faith,
Yeah, go ahead.
well, as a matter of fact, things are a lot better than I expected. She's lovely and seems to be mending nicely.
What about Tom?
Well, she says he's much more himself, and she seems to have the situation under control.
Yeah?
He's being very loving. The whole room is filled with flowers, and she says it's easier for her to put off his questions about the accident and what happened.
Oh, good, then things are okay.
Well, they're better than I hoped after what you were saying.
See, I thought Tom was around the bend.
Well, he seemed very cool and collected just now.
Maybe he's better since she got back from the hospital. I mean, maybe he's gonna be all right.
But the important thing to us is that I feel very comfortable about leaving the house.
Yeah?
For a wedding, and a honeymoon, and lots of time all to ourselves.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
I mean, what could be more romantic than a red and gold and yellow western sunset, casting its shadow across the shimmering green velvet of a gaming table.
Roger, it's our honeymoon.
Las Vegas is glamorous and exciting, and it's very, very luxurious, and we'll find many wonderful things to do to have fun.
That's better. See how nice it is that Faith is getting better so that we can go away?
Yeah, I'm happy too. So how about leaving in the morning?
Maybe not.
No?
No, I was thinking of having my hair done. You know.
Honey, I like your hair.
No, I know you like my hair, but I figured I'd go to one of those places I could have a pedicure and a manicure. I could get my hair done and a facial and a massage. Kind of expensive, though.
I know.
Is it okay?
If it's what you want, Delia, it's what you must have.
See, it's not every day that a girl gets married.
No, only once every couple of years.
Roger, I'm giving that up.
I hope so, because I have no intention of ever letting you get away.
I think I like your intentions.
What is it about black lace?
Well, if it has that kind of effect on you, I don't think I'm ever going to take it off.
Delia, never commit yourself to a statement like that.
I'm concerned about your continuing involvement in a situation which is getting you nowhere and is increasingly dangerous.
Ray, I am in no mood for a lecture.
This isn't a lecture. It's just necessary to point out a few things that you haven't realized.
Like what?
When Jill marries Seneca, you are going to have to remove yourself from the situation permanently.
And how do I do that when Edmond is still my child?
By being realistic.
Ray,
Frank,
don't...
Please. Please listen to me. The only thing that could damage your career right now would be the disclosure of the fact that you fathered an illegitimate child.
Thanks, Ray. I didn't know that.
Well, if you think after this election, when hopefully you will be a member of the United States Senate, that suddenly you're just going to toss discretion to the winds and claim Edmond as your child, then I wish you'd let us all know so we can stop the whole thing right now, because a lot of us are working too damn hard to have you throw everything away as soon as you get it.
Denying my son has never been part of any game plan.
I know that, and I wanted it for you too, but it was a dream. A lovely dream, but that's all it was, a dream.
You know,
and reality is very different.
Seneca was suggesting something similar to this, and I like this even less.
What did he say?
He wanted to know if I would publicly acknowledge Edmond as my son.
All right, what did you tell him?
The question wasn't put in such a way that I could answer it, Ray.
However, it is a very good question. Have you thought of an answer for it?
Yes, I have.
All right, what are you going to do? Are you going to publicly announce that you do have a second child?
Ray. If Jill does marry Seneca, then I have no legal status with Edmond at all. My opportunities to see him, to talk to him, will be governed by Jill and Seneca. And judging from what they have said, those opportunities will be few and far between.
You have thought it through.
As far as the political consequences go, as you so frequently point out, well, they would be disastrous.
Nice to know you listen.
So the result is that if I acknowledge Edmond and Jill marries Seneca, then I have nothing to gain and a great deal to lose.
I'm sorry, Frank, but I'm afraid that's the way I feel, too.
Perhaps I wanted this too much, Ray. Maybe I should have admitted Edmond was my son a long time ago and just withdrawn from this damn race.
I'm glad you didn't.
I thought I could have it all. The election, Jill, Edmond.
I know. In all fairness, so did I.
And I was wrong. I hope I'm not wrong about something else as well.
What?
You know that I care for you a lot.
Of course. I care for you a lot.
But it's important to me. It's important that you don't build up any idea that once we get to Washington, things are going to be any different between us.
If I've told you anything, 100 times, I've told you that I care about you and I love what exists between us and that I have plans to be a part of your personal life for just as long as it's fun for both of us and not another minute.
Assuming that we do get to Washington, your feelings have not grown beyond that.
Absolutely not.
That's fine, because I was concerned and so was Bob.
Was that what he meant by, letting us clear the air?
Yeah?
You know, I'm not altogether sure that I enjoy being the subject of your shared analysis. If you and Robert are so worried about me, why don't you just tell me, and then maybe the two of you and I can put this on a business level from here on in.
Is that what you want?
No. I've been having a wonderful time. I thought you were, too.
I am.
Oh, good. Stop speculating about the future and let's just enjoy the here and now.
I like the here and now.
So do I. But what I don't want you to do is think that I'm setting a trap for you, that there's going to be some sort of emotional price tag on this and I'm going to be presenting you a bill in Washington. I just want to enjoy what I have to offer you now.
I do.
Good, that's what it's there for.